Hello drama lovers, and welcome back to K-pop world. Sometimes, the simplest word can change everything. It doesn't come with a scream, not with a grand confession, but in silence, soft, fragile, honest. And when Wang Yibo finally said, "I believe in love," the world seemed to stop for a moment. Not because he said something dramatic, but because he, known for being distant, closed off, and rarely shaken, had finally let the world glimpse into his heart. A moment that, perhaps, sounded ordinary, but held enough weight to shake the hearts of thousands who've been waiting for so long. It all began during an exclusive interview. No dazzling stage, just Yibo, a camera, and one question that broke the silence. What does love mean to you? Usually, Yibo would dodge it, offer a neutral smile, give a safe, calculated answer that steers clear of controversy. But this time, he didn't. He looked up directly into the lens, as if he knew that behind the camera, millions of eyes were watching. His voice was calm, yet something trembled underneath. Something restrained, something raw. And then he spoke. Love is when you see someone and the world seems to stop. When you want them to be happy, even if you have to sacrifice yourself. I believe in love. And for a second, no one said a word. Fans, those who followed Yibo not just through his work, but through the small expressions they've carefully gathered like pieces of a puzzle, knew immediately. This was not just an answer. His face didn't show much change, but his eyes were glassy, his voice slightly shaking, and the faint smile on his lips felt like a burden being released. This wasn't just a definition. It was a confession, and behind that confession, only one name echoed in everyone's mind. Xiao Zhan. People say love doesn't always need to be explained. It only needs to be felt. But the story of Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan is one born from silence. From moments that looked ordinary but held so much meaning. From stolen glances caught on camera. From unfinished sentences that were perfectly understood. A few days before the interview, a fan accidentally recorded Yibo backstage. He was quietly sitting, phone in hand, smiling, not just any smile, but one filled with longing. On his screen, a solo performance video of Xiao Zhan. And that wasn't the first time. That same day, Yibo was also seen wearing a bracelet, eerily similar to the friendship bracelet both he and Xiao Zhan had worn during the filming of the Untamed. That tiny detail stirred a memory. For many, it wasn't just a bracelet. It was a reminder of something sacred. As these little things lined up, that quiet confession in the interview began to feel less like coincidence and more like intention. Like he was building a quiet bridge between silence and courage. For fans who followed them from the beginning, this wasn't a surprise. It was a long-awaited moment of truth. To them, every word he said was already understood. He didn't need to name anyone. He doesn't have to say it. One fan wrote on social media. The way he looked, the way he spoke, the timing, it told us everything. And truly, Yibo's expression was more honest than any name he could have said. What's more surprising than the confession itself was how the Chinese public reacted. This time, unlike before, there was no backlash, no harsh accusations, just silence and support. Comments on Weibo poured in. If he really loves someone, whoever it is, we should support him. It's time he lives for himself, not for others' expectations. I cried when he said love. He's been holding that in for too long. And as if fate had a script of its own, just days after Yibo's confession, Xiao Zhan posted a poem on his official account. It read, "Love doesn't need to be shouted. Sometimes it's enough to hold on, even if the world never knows." Once again, silence returned. Was this a reply? A gentle acceptance? Or just another coincidence in a sea of symbols? But in this story, silence speaks loudest. And fans know they're still communicating. Without words, without confirmation, but through everything that matters. Their language isn't direct. It's not through joint statements or viral selfies. It's through gestures, symbols, quiet signs only those who listen closely can understand. So what happens next? Will they take the next step? Or will this be the only glimpse before they retreat again into the shadows? No one can say for sure. The world they live in is not kind to love that doesn't follow the script. Too many risks, too many eyes, But even under that pressure, courage grows. Wang Yibo has taken the first step. He allowed himself to be seen, not as an idol, not as an actor, but as a man. And in a world obsessed with perfection, that honesty is rare. The next step may not be a public declaration. It might look like subtle behind-the-scenes collaborations, coincidental appearances, cryptic social media posts, signs that speak quietly but clearly, because they know this is about more than just love. It's about endurance, about holding on to something fragile in a world that demands explanation. And perhaps this isn't only their story. Maybe this is about all of us, about daring to love, about a generation that is slowly learning that love doesn't need approval to be real, that sometimes the most genuine emotions bloom in the most unexpected places. Love doesn't always come with dramatic gestures. Sometimes it lives in the choice to stay, in the patience to wait, in the silence between two people who understand each other without a single word. And if Wang Yibo has truly opened that door, then the world, or at least the hearts of his fans, is ready to embrace whatever lies beyond it. Because in the end, love is not about who the world sees. Love is about who stays, even when the world turns away. What do you think, drama lovers? Is this just another coincidence, or the beginning of a new chapter that's been hidden for years? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update from K-pop world. This story isn't over. Not yet. But one thing is clear, something real is unfolding.